The architecture of a winning mindset. How to build the mental foundation that changes absolutely everything. Your mind is not just a tool you use. It is the territory where your entire life is decided before a single thing happens in the world outside you. I want to do something different at the start of today's episode. I want to ask you to do something uncomfortable. Right now, before we go any further, I want you to think about the last thought you had before you clicked on this video. Was it about something you are worried about? Something you feel you haven't done yet, haven't figured out yet, haven't become yet? Was it a loop? One of those thoughts that keeps circling back no matter how many times you try to push it away? Hold that thought for one moment, because I want to tell you something about it that is going to change how you relate to your own mind forever. That thought was not just a thought. That thought was construction. Right now, in the literal physical structure of your brain, neural pathways were being reinforced, patterns being deepened, either building you toward the life you want, or quietly, unconsciously, brick by brick, building a limitation you don't yet realize you're living inside. This is not a metaphor. This is neuroscience. And the moment you truly understand it, the moment it moves from your head into your bones, it will change how you treat your own mind for the rest of your life. Today, we are talking about the architecture of a winning mindset. Not tips, not hacks, not a 7-day challenge that fades by Thursday. The actual foundational structure, the blueprint, that determines whether you win in life. In every area, at every age, against every kind of challenge. This is the conversation that changes things. Let's build. Before we can build anything, we need to understand what we are working with. And the problem is that most people have a fundamentally flawed understanding of what their mind actually is. And that misunderstanding is one of the main reasons they keep trying to change and keep ending up back in the same place. Most people treat their mind the way you treat a vending machine. You put in a good thought, an affirmation, an intention, a positive declaration, and you expect a good feeling to pop out. When nothing changes after a few attempts, you decide the machine is broken, or that you are somehow immune to the kind of change other people seem to experience. And you go back to your default setting. But your mind is not a vending machine. Your mind is living architecture. It is a physical structure, literally, materially, biologically, that is constantly being shaped by what you expose it to, what you repeat, what you practice, what you believe, what you feel repeatedly, and what patterns you let run on autopilot without examining them. And unlike a building made of steel and concrete, the architecture of your mind responds to intention. It changes based on what you repeatedly do with it. Which means the mind that got you to where you are today is not the mind you are stuck with forever. The mind that has been running your life up until this moment is not the mind you must carry into your future. It is a starting point, not a sentence. The discovery that changed everything, neuroplasticity. For most of recorded human history, scientists and philosophers believed the brain was essentially fixed. Then came one of the most revolutionary discoveries in the history of science. It did not come with the drama of a moon landing or the headline of a great war. It came quietly, through decades of rigorous research, and it overturned everything we thought we knew about human potential. The discovery was this: the brain can physically reorganize itself based on experience, thought, and repeated behavior. Scientists named this capacity neuroplasticity, and it means something extraordinary. Every thought you think with enough frequency and emotional intensity begins to alter the literal physical structure of your brain. New neural pathways form. Existing pathways strengthen through use. And used pathways weaken and eventually fade. Your brain is not a fixed structure. It is a living, responsive, changeable organ that is being sculpted in real time by how you use it. The science research from neuroscientist Michael Merzenich and colleagues demonstrated that the brain retains remarkable plasticity well into adulthood. Adults who practiced new skills, changed thought patterns, and altered habitual behaviors showed measurable structural changes in brain tissue. New synaptic connections forming where none existed before. Now let me translate this from the laboratory into your daily life, because this is where it becomes personal. The person who has spent years, perhaps decades, thinking, "I can't do this. I'm not enough. Things never work out for me. I always end up back here." That person has not just had a run of bad luck with their thoughts. They have built a brain that is physically wired to look for evidence confirming those conclusions. Their brain has become, through years of repetition, a sophisticated pattern recognition system, a heat-seeking missile aimed at precisely the evidence that confirms their existing belief about themselves and the world. It finds what it is pointed at. It confirms what it has been trained to expect. And it does this automatically, unconsciously, without needing permission, because the pattern is so well established it runs on autopilot. This is not weakness. This is not character failure. This is neuroscience. And neuroscience can be changed. The same brain that learned to find the negative can be retrained to find the possible. The same mind that built walls can build doors. But it requires something. It requires intentional, consistent, sustained effort applied in the right direction over time. Not a single good day. Not a motivated weekend. Over time. And that is exactly what we are going to build a framework for today. Everything I am about to share with you is built on decades of research in psychology, neuroscience, and the study of high performance. But I am not going to give you a lecture. I am going to give you a blueprint. The actual structure that winning minds are built on. Pillar 1, radical ownership. The first pillar is the one most people resist the most. It is the one that requires the greatest courage to adopt. And it is also, without question, the most transformative single mental shift a human being can make. It is called radical ownership. And it sounds like this. The declaration my life, the direction it goes from this moment forward, is my responsibility. Not my circumstances' responsibility. Not my past responsibility. Not the people who hurt me. Mine. Now, before you react, and some of you are reacting right now, I need to draw a line. A very important, very careful, very precise line. Because this principle is frequently misapplied in a way that is not only wrong, but genuinely harmful. The fault versus responsibility distinction. Radical ownership is not the claim that everything that happened to you was your fault. Some of you grew up in environments where love was conditional, withheld, or completely absent. Some of you were failed by systems that were supposed to protect you. Some of you experienced violence, abuse, abandonment, injustice that was real, specific, and directed at you by people who had power over you when you had none. None of that was your fault, and I will not insult your experience by suggesting otherwise. But here is the distinction that changes everything, and I need you to hold both sides of it at the same time. Fault looks backward. It assigns blame for what happened. Responsibility looks forward. It asks what you will choose to do about it now. You did not choose what happened to you. You can choose what happens next. The moment you take ownership, not of your wound, but of your response to it, something fundamental shifts in your psychology. You move from victim to agent, from passenger to driver, from someone life is happening to someone life is happening through. What it does is hand you back your power. And your power, the power to choose your response, your direction, your next step, is the one thing that no circumstance, no person, and no past can permanently take from you unless you give it away. What ownership looks like in practice. Ownership is not a feeling. It is not something you wait until you feel motivated to do. It is a decision made deliberately, renewed daily, practiced consistently. It sounds like replacing these thought patterns. Old pattern, why does this always happen to me? / if only they hadn't done that. / I can't help it. That's just who I am. With these, ownership pattern, what is within my control here? / what is the one next thing I can do? / who do I choose to be in response to this? This is not toxic positivity. You are not pretending. You are not bypassing grief or anger or legitimate frustration. You are refusing to let the situation have the final word about your direction and your identity. Practical exercise. Take one area of your life right now, one thing you have been blaming on something external, and ask honestly, what is the one thing within my control in this situation? Not everything, just one thing. And then do that thing. That is where your power begins to return. The moment you stop waiting for your circumstances to change before you do, is the moment your circumstances begin to change. Pillar 2, the gratitude intervention. I know, you have heard about gratitude. You have heard it so many times, from so many sources, wrapped in so much spiritual packaging, that the word may have lost almost all of its meaning for you. It has become the kind of thing people say on Instagram next to a sunrise photo. So, I want to ask you to set aside everything you think you know about gratitude for the next few minutes. Not because it is wrong, but because what I want to show you is not the bumper sticker version. It is the neurological mechanism underneath it. And once you understand the mechanism, you will practice it very differently. Here is something important about how your brain works by design. Your brain has what neuroscientists call a negativity bias. It is not a flaw. It is a feature, one that kept your ancestors alive in an environment full of genuine physical. So your brain evolved to weight negative information more heavily than positive, to remember painful experiences more vividly than pleasant ones, to scan constantly for what could go wrong, what is threatening, what is insufficient, what needs to be defended against. In the ancient world, this was survival intelligence. In the modern world, where the threats are emails and deadlines and comparison and the feeling that you are not enough, this same survival system misfires constantly. It floods you with cortisol and stress hormones designed for running from a predator in response to a difficult conversation or an unread notification. It keeps you in a state of chronic, low-grade threat, alert for dangers that are real in your nervous system even when they are not real in the room. You are walking around with ancient survival hardware running inside a modern life it was not designed for, and it is exhausting you. Gratitude is the interrupt signal that gives you back control. What gratitude actually does to the brain. Research published in peer-reviewed journals, including Neuroimage and Psychological Science, has shown that consistent gratitude practice produces measurable changes in brain function. Specifically, increased activity in the medial prefrontal cortex, the region associated with decision-making, learning, and emotional regulation. Reduced baseline activity in the amygdala, the brain's primary threat detection and fear response center. Higher baseline production of dopamine and serotonin, the neurotransmitters most directly associated with motivation, well-being, and emotional stability. In plain language, a brain practicing genuine gratitude is a brain that is literally, structurally better at making decisions, managing emotion, and finding opportunity. It is not just feeling better. It is functioning better. And here is the key. This only works when gratitude is specific. Generic gratitude. I'm grateful for my family, my health, my home, is closer to a recitation than a practice. It activates the words without engaging the neural circuitry that produces real change. The Specificity Principle. How to actually practice this. Specific gratitude means reaching into the actual texture of your day and naming something real, something particular, something that you genuinely noticed and genuinely received. Not, I'm grateful for my health. But I'm grateful that I woke up this morning and walked to the kitchen without pain, which I know is not guaranteed and not something I should take for granted. Not, I'm grateful for good people in my life. But I'm grateful that when I was overwhelmed yesterday and sent that message, someone took time out of their day to act. The specificity is what reaches past the surface of words and engages the brain's reward circuitry. It is what turns gratitude from a concept into a practice, and a practice into a transformation. Daily practice every morning, before your phone, before the news, before the world sets your agenda. Write 3 specific things you are genuinely grateful for. By hand. In a notebook. 5 minutes. This is not a nice suggestion. This is the most researched, most consistently effective mindset practice known to science. Do it every day for 90 days and measure the difference. What you consistently look for, you consistently find. Train your brain to scan for what is good, and watch how differently the same world begins to appear. Pillar 3. Long game thinking. The third pillar is the one that determines whether the first 2 hold. Because you can understand ownership intellectually, you can practice gratitude sincerely, and still unravel if you do not have this third piece firmly in place. We live in the most instant gratification culture in the history of human civilization. Everything is faster. Faster food, faster delivery, faster communication, faster content. Swipe, click, stream, receive. The entire design of modern commercial life is oriented around one psychological principle: now. And this culture, as remarkably convenient as it is in many ways, is producing a population that is becoming genuinely, measurably terrible at the one thing that creates every meaningful result in human life: patience with process. The willingness to invest now for results that only appear later. This is not just a philosophical observation. Psychologists who study delayed gratification, most famously through the Stanford marshmallow experiments and their long-term follow-up studies, consistently find that the ability to defer immediate reward in favor of larger later reward is one of the strongest predictors of life outcomes across education, career, relationships, health, and financial well-being. The capacity to think in the long game is not just a virtue. It is a strategic advantage. And in a culture that has largely abandoned it, possessing it makes you extraordinary. Why small consistent choices are everything. There is a principle in finance called compound interest. It is the process by which a relatively small amount of money, invested consistently over a long period of time, grows into a disproportionately large sum, not because of dramatic individual gains, but because returns build on previous returns in an accelerating cycle. Albert Einstein is reported to have called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. Whether he actually said it or not, the mathematical reality behind it is extraordinary. But here is what almost no one talks about. Compound interest applies to every dimension of your life, not just money. The person who reads for 30 minutes every day will have consumed over 50 full books in 1 year. Over 5 years, that is 250 books of deep, focused learning. The kind of knowledge that most people spend an entire career without acquiring. The person who exercises consistently, not dramatically, not obsessively, just consistently, does not just have a different body in 10 years. They have a different brain, different energy, different confidence, a different baseline of vitality that affects every other area of their life. The person who chooses honesty in small things, the compound principle. Every significant outcome in your life, every relationship you genuinely trust, every skill that is truly yours, every dimension of character that is genuinely solid, was built not in a single dramatic moment, but through the accumulation of countless small choices made consistently over time. Here is a simple but extraordinarily powerful mental framework that I want you to adopt. Before making any significant decision about how you spend your time, what you invest in, what patterns you maintain, what relationships you nurture or allow to fade, ask yourself one question. The decade question: who will I be in 10 years if I make this choice consistently? Not this choice once. This choice as a habit. This choice as a pattern. Who does the person who keeps making this choice become? This question reframes everything. It reveals that almost nothing in your daily life is neutral. Every choice is either compounding you toward the life you want to be living or compounding you away from it. There is very little that is simply flat. The hour of television is not just an hour of television. If it is a daily pattern, it is 365 hours per year, over 15 full days, directed away from whatever you most want to build. The difficult conversation you keep deferring is not just an uncomfortable conversation. If deferred indefinitely, it is a relationship slowly filling with the pressure of unspoken truth, building toward a fracture you will one day be unable to prevent. The small amount you decide not to save this month is not just one missed month. If it is a pattern, it is the gap between financial security and financial anxiety, built one deferred decision at a time. But also, and this is equally important, the 30 minutes of daily reading is not just 30 minutes. The morning practice of gratitude is not just 5 minutes. The decision to go to bed on time rather than scroll for another hour is not just one night. These choices, made consistently, compound into a completely different life. Think long. Act daily. Trust the compound. The life you want is built in the ordinary moments most people dismiss as insignificant. Everything I have shared so far is the theory, the understanding of why this works. Now I want to give you the practice. The specific daily routine that, if you commit to it for 90 days, will produce measurable, visible changes in how you think, how you feel, and how you show up in every area of your life. This is not something I am inviting you to consider. This is something I am challenging you to do. Because the gap between knowing and doing is where most people lose the game. And I don't want you to lose the game. The morning foundation, 15 minutes before the world reaches in. The most important 15 minutes of your day are the first 15. Not because of what you accomplish in them, but because of what they establish. The mental climate that will run underneath everything else you do all day. Most people surrender this window to their phone. Within 30 seconds of waking, they are consuming news, notifications, other people's opinions, other people's crises, other people's highlight reels. And before they have said a single intentional word to themselves, the world has already set the agenda of their inner life for the day. We are going to change that. Before any screen, before any input from the outside world, write 3 specific gratitudes by hand. Not typed, handwritten. The physical act of writing engages a different quality of attention than typing. Make them specific. Make them real. Let yourself actually feel them before moving on. 02. Intention, 5 minutes. Ask yourself one question and write your answer. Who do I choose to be today? Not what do I need to accomplish? Who do I need to be? Describe the version of yourself you are choosing to show up as. Patient, bold, focused, kind, generous, grounded. Whatever is most needed for this particular day. You are declaring your character before the day has a chance to test it. 03. Input, 5 minutes. Read, listen to, or watch something that adds to you. Not stimulates you, adds to you. A chapter of a book that challenges your thinking. A teaching that develops your understanding. A piece of wisdom that calls you higher. Nothing political, nothing inflammatory, nothing designed to provoke reaction. Something that genuinely grows you. 15 minutes. Every morning. Before the world comes in. This is not a luxury. It is the foundation of everything else. The midday recalibration, 3 minutes to reset. Somewhere in the middle of your day, set a recurring alarm if you need to. Take 3 minutes to stop completely. Step away from whatever you are doing. Breathe, and ask yourself one honest question. The midday question: how am I actually showing up right now? And is it the version of me I chose this morning? This is not self-criticism. This is self-correction, the most powerful skill in the human repertoire. The ability to pause in the middle of a day that is trying to carry you wherever it wants to go. Notice where you have drifted from your intention and consciously choose again. High performers in every field, athletes, executives, artists, leaders, share one underappreciated quality: the ability to adjust in real time. Not to be perfect from the start, but to notice when they are off course and correct before the drift becomes a destination. 3 minutes at midday. That is all it takes to stay the course. The evening reflection, 10 minutes before sleep. The evening is where many people make one of two mistakes. Either they collapse into entertainment and distraction and allow the day to simply end, unexamined, unprocessed, carrying whatever residue the day deposited. Or they replay the day in anxious loops, cataloging everything that went wrong, every mistake, every interaction that did not land the way they hoped. We are going to do something different. We are going to close the day with 2 specific questions, and the answers will do 2 things simultaneously. They will consolidate today's learning, and they will prime your brain for tomorrow. 1. What did I do well today? Not what went perfectly, not what impressed someone else. What did you do with intention, with character, with genuine effort? Where did you show up as the person you chose to be this morning? Find it. Name it. Celebrate it specifically. This is not arrogance. This is the intentional practice of recognizing evidence that you are capable of the growth you are pursuing. 2. What will I do differently tomorrow? Not what did I do wrong. That framing invites shame, which is not useful. What will you consciously, specifically choose to improve tomorrow? One thing, concrete, actionable, small enough to actually be different tomorrow morning. This is the learning extracted from the day, converted into forward momentum rather than backward regret. Write both answers in your notebook, by hand, 10 minutes. Then close the notebook, close the day, and let your mind rest, not in the residue of everything unfinished, but in the knowledge that you have examined the day and chosen to learn from it. That is the action of someone who is becoming, not just existing. I want to stop here and address something directly, because I know it is in the room. Some of you are listening to all of this, and there is a voice underneath the listening. And that voice is saying, the inner voice, I have tried things like this before. I was motivated, I started strong, and then life got busy and hard, and I fell back into the same patterns. This is going to be another thing I failed to follow through on. I want to speak to that voice directly, because it is not being irrational. It is speaking from real experience, and it deserves a real answer. Why previous attempts did not stick, and what is different now? Most mindset change attempts fail not because the person is weak, lazy, or somehow broken. They fail because of 3 specific, fixable reasons. The first reason, they were built on motivation rather than systems. Motivation is a wave. It rises when inspiration is fresh and falls when life becomes ordinary and the initial feeling fades. Systems are different. Systems run regardless of how you feel on a given Tuesday. They carry you through the motivational valleys. The daily practice I have just given you is a system. It does not require you to feel inspired every morning. It requires you to do the 15 minutes whether you feel like it or not. The second reason, the timeline was too short. Most people try a new habit for a week or 2, feel like they are not seeing results, and conclude it is not working. But neurological change does not happen in a week. Research from University College London suggests the average time for a new behavior to become automatic is 66 days. And for habits that involve meaningful identity change, it is often much longer. You are not building a new behavior. You are building a new brain. That takes time. Commit to 90 days before you evaluate. The third reason, they were trying to change behavior without addressing belief. If you try to build new habits while still fundamentally believing that you are the kind of person who does not follow through, your subconscious will eventually win. Because your behavior always tends toward alignment with your self-image. This is why the intention-setting practice, the daily declaration of who you choose to be, is not optional. It is addressing the identity layer that all behavior eventually rises from. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Build the system. Protect the system. And when you miss a day, because you will miss a day, you restart the next morning without drama, without shame, without the story that missing one day means you have failed. The restart principle. Missing one day of practice does not break the chain. Missing one day of practice and then telling yourself, I knew I couldn't do this, and using that as permission to stop, that breaks the chain. The practice I am giving you is not a perfect streak competition. It is a long-term relationship with your own development. And like all long-term relationships, it requires the ability to repair, to return, to recommit after the inevitable imperfections. You miss a morning? You restart the next morning. Without drama. Without the 3-day guilt spiral. Without the story that one miss has undone everything. Just restart. The person who practices consistently but imperfectly, who misses occasionally and returns without making it a crisis, will make more progress in 1 year than the person who attempts perfection, fails it, and quits. Done imperfectly, consistently, is infinitely more powerful than done perfectly, occasionally. I want to take a moment and paint a picture for you. Not of a perfect, invulnerable, effortlessly successful person. That person does not exist and is not the goal. But of something real. Something genuinely achievable. Something that is on the other side of the consistent daily practice we have been building toward. The person who builds these 3 pillars, who practices ownership daily, who interrupts the brain's default threat scan with consistent specific gratitude, who makes decisions from a long game perspective. That person does not just think differently. Over time, they are different. They are the person who, when something goes wrong, pauses before responding. Not because they do not feel, they feel fully, but because the pause has become a reflex. The space between stimulus and response has been cultivated through practice until it is always available. They are the person who, in a room full of comparison and competition, has a quiet security that is not arrogance. It is the deep knowledge of someone who knows who they are and where they are going and does not need the room to affirm it. They are the person who, when faced with a setback that would derail someone else for weeks, asks, what can I control here? What is this teaching me? What is the next step? And then takes the next step. Not because they feel fearless, but because they have practiced moving through fear until it no longer has the power to stop them. They are the person who looks back at who they were 12 months ago and barely recognizes themselves. Not because life became easier, but because they became bigger than what was hard. The goal is not to become someone who never struggles. The goal is to become someone whose response to struggle is so consistent, so practiced, so automatic that the struggle no longer has the power to stop you. That person is not somewhere else. That person is not someone else. That person is who you are becoming, right now. In this conversation, in the decision you are about to make about whether to actually do something with what you have heard today. Every single day, with every thought you allow to run unchallenged, every habit you maintain or break, Every choice you make about what you feed your mind and who you choose to be in the face of difficulty. You are an architect. You are constructing a building, floor by floor, room by room, decision by decision. And the building you are building will become the home your future lives in. The mind you are developing right now will be the mind that faces every challenge, makes every major decision, and carries every relationship you will ever have. This is the most important work you will ever do. Not what you build in the world, what you build in here. The 3 pillars are simple. Radical ownership, gratitude as a daily neurological practice, long-game thinking that makes decisions for the person you are becoming, not just the moment you are in. They are simple. They are not easy. They require daily decision, daily discipline, and the patient, unglamorous, unwitnessed work of becoming. But on the other side of that work, on the other side of 90 days of genuine commitment to this practice, you will not just feel differently. You will be different. The architecture will have changed. New rooms will be open. The walls that limited you will have come down. And the building that is your mind will be a place worth living in, a foundation strong enough to hold whatever you are called to build on top of it. You are the architect. Begin building today. Before you close this video, I want you to do one thing, just one. That takes less than 5 minutes, but will determine whether what you heard today actually changes anything. Open your phone or grab a piece of paper right now and write down the commitment you are making to yourself today. Not a goal, not a wish, a commitment. Specific, dated, signed with your own name. Your commitment format. Starting tomorrow morning, I will spend 15 minutes building my mental architecture before I touch my phone. I will do this for 90 days. And when I miss a day, I will restart the next morning without making it a story. Your name, today's date. Then drop a comment below with the word building. Just that one word. Because naming your commitment publicly is one of the most powerful psychological accountability tools available to you. And this community will see it and stand with you. If this episode reached you, if something shifted, if something landed, share it with one person. Just one. Someone in your life who is trying to change and keeps getting pulled back by the current of their old thinking. Send it to them. It might be exactly what they needed today. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Episode 3 is coming, and we're going to go into something that I believe is the deepest hunger in the human heart: purpose. What it actually is, how to find it, and what happens when you begin living in alignment with it. It is one of the most important conversations we will have in this series. I'll see you in episode 3. Keep building, we'll definitely get better.